So you want to move to Severna Park, Maryland, and honestly, I don't blame you. Who wouldn't want to live in this area? It's got some of the most sought after schools, waterfront all around between the Magothy and the Severn River, and there's great appreciation in the area. And overall, it's a really awesome family-oriented neighborhood. But there's a few facts about the area that you really should know before you consider this move, and I'm going to lay them out for you right now. So the first one is the most all-important because everybody talks about price all the time when they're looking to move somewhere is cost of living. Now there's three different types of houses you can get or types of living areas you can get in Severna Park, Maryland. You've got the no water access, not waterfront. You've got the water access, not waterfront. And then you've got the waterfront, water access, and everything else in between it, right? And they all vary in prices, pretty much based on like how close you are to the water or what your water amenities are or how much water frontage you have. You have a pier or a boathouse, all those things come included in the prices. But for the general consensus, if you're in a neighborhood with no water access and no waterfront, you'll be paying somewhere between $500 and $850. Now you do have some one-offs here you gotta be careful about, like Chartwell. Chartwell is the well-known golf club neighborhood right on Benfield Road. Those houses go for $1 million, 1.2, 1.3, fully renovated. I mean, we just listed a house in there and sold it, and it's a full gut renovation, and it's sold at $710,000. So that's a one-off neighborhood that has no water access and no waterfront. Now, if you're looking for water access, which includes things like boat ramp, beach access, kayaking, maybe there's a little pier that's shared, it's got some picnic tables. If you're looking for something like that that's right on the water, but not necessarily right on the water, the house as it is, you'd be like $700,000 to $1.3 million, somewhere around there. Now, if you're gonna go to waterfront, okay, and a waterfront is when the big bucks come out, right? You gotta have your wallet open ready for that. They're 1.5 to 5 million. Right, they're gonna range between that. You can have your houses like the Pod. If you haven't seen the Pod, you should check it out. It's on Benfield Road. That's 8 million, but that's a one-off. It's a complete compound, right? So you have your three different areas, your no waterfront, no water access. If you're water access, not waterfront, then if you're waterfront, water access, and everything in between, ranging from 500 to 850, 700 to 1.3, and about 1.5 to $5 million. A couple instances in neighborhoods that are the water access neighborhoods, maybe it's Manhattan Beach, you got Carrollton Manor, you got Linstead, you got parts of Old Severna Park, and the houses that are waterfront, they're all in the back of these neighborhoods. Trust me, you'll see them when you come in the neighborhoods. The second thing is competition. Now, how competitive is it to live in this area? When we started the video, we talked about it being sought after, right? A lot of waterfront, great schools, and a lot of community here. So it's really competitive. I have clients moving into town right now. As a matter of fact, they're coming in to see a couple houses tomorrow. And 2 of the 4 houses they're coming to see tomorrow already sold. Sight unseen offers before they even hit the market. Those houses had water, they had great condition, they were ready to go. And in the area of Severna Park, which has the trifecta of good schools, close to a lot of major highways, and great community amenities, these houses are gonna fly. If you got good condition, so if you're seeing a house that has good condition and it's got some sort of water to it, or it's in Chartwell, remember I told you about the one-off, those houses are gonna go really quick, so it's super competitive. Now there's another competitive thing you should keep in mind if you're moving here with your family, right? Is that this is a high-functioning community, right? Which could create some additional pressure. Meaning, if you have young kids in sports or academics, it's a lot of pressure to move in here because it's very high-performing. With schools like Severna Park High School and Severn School, I mean, they're gonna be put to the test, right? So it's something you really gotta keep in mind if you're moving in with a young family, getting into sports, or really looking to achieve in academics. There is gonna be some added pressure there. The next thing, number 3, is weather, right? Whenever you're moving somewhere new, you're always curious about what the weather is like. And I'll tell you what, Maryland's weather is the most unpredictable weather you're ever going to see in your whole life. We've got like 12 seasons. But all jokes aside, there's 4 true seasons in Maryland, right? In the wintertime, it's somewhere from 35 degrees to 45 degrees. It's pretty mild, to be honest with you. The Chesapeake Bay helps out a lot with that. And we don't get a lot of snow and ice. Sometimes we do, right? We get the nor'easter that comes in like this year, and we got about 2 to 3 feet of snow. And actually had about a foot of ice for almost a month because it didn't get it hot enough to melt it away. So, but in general, it's pretty mild. Summer, complete opposite side of the spectrum. You can be 80, 85, or you can be 105 or 110. I mean, last week was the July 4th parade, and they canceled it because it was so hot. But reality is, it's the humidity that makes it so hot. It's not the heat that gets you, it's the humidity. Had to throw a little dad joke in there. But seriously, so if you're planning on moving into the area and it's the summertime, make sure you pack an extra set of clothes because you will be sweating. Now, there's two really underrated seasons here, spring and fall, and they are jaw-dropping. Spring is probably, you'll never see the color green like it is here. Okay, we get plenty of rain, everything comes alive. Better have your allergy pills as well because the pollen it's a wave of pollen. The car I have is a black car and it's yellow during the spring, but it's gorgeous here. Temps are mild, they get a little bit warm. It's the perfect come out of your house from the winter time. And last but not least, the fall. You know, fall is my favorite season because Halloween's my favorite holiday. But the fall here with the orange leaves and the cool temperatures and the water and the downtown I mean, it's like a mix of magic. This place looks amazing because Severna Park is one of the most mature areas too, with big mature trees and neighborhoods full of them. So the colors are spectacular, fantastic, and you just want to drive around the whole time in the fall to look at everything. So overall, the weather here, it's actually pretty awesome. And the other 8 additional seasons I told you about, we'll teach those to you when you move in the area. And the fourth thing, maybe the most annoying thing that you want to know about that maybe you don't actually find out about until you move into areas, what's the traffic like? Now in the middle of the day, most errands are 5 to 15 minutes away. You can get grocery stores, you can get to the floral shop, haircut, anything's really 5 to 15 minutes away in the middle of the day. Now, if you go out in the morning, 7 to 9 a.m., 4 to 6:30 p.m., Ritchie Highway is just gonna be a mess. Benfield Road's gonna be a mess. The Evergreen's gonna be a mess. Schools are letting out when school season's in. Severna Park High School is right there on Benfield Road, and Severn School is right down the street on Evergreen. So everything's all congested there between the hours of 2:30 and 4 o'clock. And the traffic, by the way, is not insulated from beach traffic. Route 50 is at the end of Ritchie Highway, going to the beach, and Thursday night, Friday afternoon, when it's nice in the summer, you're gonna wait a few extra minutes. It just is what it is because that's the way to get to the beach, and a lot of people from Glen Burnie, Pasadena, Severna Park, and Arnold are all going down Ritchie Highway to get to Route 50. So plan ahead. Pro tip, Thursday evening, Friday evening, and Saturday mornings or so during the summer, gonna plan a little bit ahead of time just to give yourself a little bit extra time because you're gonna hit those beach goers. The traffic, it's not a gridlocked area, but it is a little dense, so you're gonna hit some times where you're gonna run into a lot of cars on the road. All right, so the fifth one is the also important, actually goes along with the cost of living. What are the taxes like in Severna Park, Maryland? Like, what does the government charge you to live here? Right, your property taxes, they're around 1% of the assessed value. Your state income taxes, 2 to 5.5%, they've just scaled up. County tax, 2.6, 2.7 to 3.3%. And then your sales tax, 6%. So taxes are moderately high in this area, but what are you getting for them, right? So when you're paying taxes, you gotta look and see, what am I getting for that taxes that I'm paying? I'm sure a lot of people that pay a ton of taxes don't see what they get on the other side. And they're like, what am I paying all these taxes for? At Severna Park, you do see a lot of that. You see a lot of the return on the taxes you put in. There's great schools around here. There's great parks. There's great amenities. There's the B&A Trail, which runs through 3 or 4 different cities. And there's Kinder Farm Park, where you can take your kids over there and pet horses and see chickens and see cows. There's Downs Park, which isn't in Severna Park, but it's 10 minutes away down Mountain Road, very close to Gibson Island. There's a lot of different amenities here, great schools, and there's a huge community center. There's a lot of really good things here. You pay your taxes in that you get in a return. So the moderately high taxes, are they worth it? Probably. You know, living in an area that all those nice things, I mean, I'm willing to pay the taxes. My office is right here. And last but not least is, what is the pace of life like in Severna Park, Maryland? If you currently live in a city, maybe you're looking for a little bit of a slower area. If you're living in a more rural area, more farm country, maybe you're looking for a little more pace. That is Severna Park, right in the middle. It's a really family-oriented community. It's not super fast-paced. It's not super slow-paced. You know, you have a mixture of government with Annapolis right around the corner. corner, and they got a mixture of business people, and a mixture of retired people. There's a whole multitude of people that live in this area, but it's a very family-oriented area. And believe me when I say this, water is life here. You got the Magothy River on one side of Ritchie Highway, you got the Severn River on the other side, and there's people all time throughout the year, maybe not in the winter, but out there on the boats, kayaks, stand-up paddleboard. There's meetups, there's tie-ups, there's all sorts of activities going on by the water. Water is life here. I like to say it's slower than the city, but connected to everything. And what I mean by that is people move to this area to get away from the fast pace, but maybe they work in the fast pace. We're talking Severna Park's 15, 20 minutes from Annapolis, about 30 minutes from Baltimore, about 45 minutes from DC. Now, revert back to the traffic part, right? Because if you go down to DC between 3:30 and 6:30, it's gonna take you 3.5 hours. Also in the morning, it's gonna take you that long. But if you're going in the nighttime, 7:30, maybe you're going for a Caps game, probably 45 minutes to an hour to get down there. Just buy your parking spot ahead of time. And when we're talking about pace of life, this area is much more of a local area over a nightlife area. And what I mean by that is there's coffee shops, there's garden centers, there's waterfront restaurants, there's a bunch of recreational activities. There's a lot to do outside. You can go down to the downtown area in the middle of a Saturday and there's a bunch of people down there getting acai bowls, going to the candy store, going to the bread store, looking at the antique shops. It's much more local over nightlife. So you get all that done during the day, but once 10 p.m. comes around, I mean, this place kind of shuts down, right? There's really not anything else to do. You got to go down to Annapolis if you want to get some nightlife. There's so much to do here with the Chamber of Commerce being right in the middle of downtown. There's seasonal festivities, there's farmers markets, there's all sorts of community activities, there's parks, there's great schools, good appreciation. So overall, if you can handle those 6 facts, Severna Park, I mean, I don't think there's really any better place to live. That's why I chose to keep my office here, because I just think it's amazing here. If you're thinking about making a move, or you currently live in Severna Park and to think about moving out of the area, feel free to reach out to me. My information's right below. Send me a quick email, introduce yourself. Even if you just got a simple question, I'd love to be able to help you. My name's Shawn Martin, local real estate agent, and I hope you enjoyed this.